Hello, baby gangsters. This is Calvin, also known as Ormer, and this is the Undertale Deltarune newsletter for the 9th anniversary special. 9 years, can you believe it? Like, actually crazy. I obviously haven't been playing the game for 9 years. I think I'm probably 3 years now, maybe? I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but like it might seem like shorter or longer depending on like, depending on a lot of features, because like time goes by really fast, sometimes it goes by very slow. So it took a while for me to get to this newsletter. I'll fully admit that it took me a while to get to this newsletter. We had a lot of stuff going on. I got behind on videos. Fully admit that I got behind on videos for a bit. But I'm here now reading the newsletter. I wouldn't miss this for the world. So this is the Undertale / Deltarune 9th anniversary newsletter. Happy 9th anniversary to Undertale. And here's Toriel here as well. 99999, that means it's been 9 years since the 8th anniversary. Okay, 99 years since the game came out, and here's to another 999,000 years. It was an interview with Sans. What do you think about the number 9? So it is incredible that there is such a beautiful game that was created 9 years ago, and still to this day it feels like it came out yesterday because the audience is so passionate about it. Let's check out the interview. Oh my god, look at this. I just noticed the drawing as well of Papyrus and Sans. Interview, what do you think about the number 9? 9's okay. Sorry, Sans' voice. 9's okay, but I kind of feel bad for how it ended up. 7, 8, oh god. 7, 8, 9? Yeah, at least that's what the theorists are saying. I don't believe it. I refuse to believe that 7, 8, 9, oh god, Papyrus. 7 is supposed to be cool, the cool number. They would never do that. It's just a pun, Papyrus. 7, 8, 9, like, the real number series. I see, a pun. That explains my bizarre lack of amusement. Papyrus owning pun lovers today. Well, what about the counter pun? 5, 6, 7. If 7 is some kind of cool dog or wolf, and 5, 6, 7 on 9, wouldn't that mean that 5 is the real culprit? An irresponsible dog owner. And that 7 was just a misled anti-hero. If 7 loved 5, maybe they were just doing what they felt like they had to? No. Oh, Toriel's here. No, 7 was weak. Duty is no reason to harm another. Numbers are stupid. I'll wreck them all. Get out of here, math. I agree. I agree so much. Get out of here, math. I like numbers. Don't worry, Alphys. I'll leave 0 and 1. That way you can still do nerd stuff. So... 111, 1000 or 1001, 0000100010001. So that's binary as well. Let's step back a sec. If 7 is a misled anti-hero, is -7 a villain who thinks he's good? No, you're starting with the wrong premise. We need to go for the motivation count. So, -9, -8, and -7. This time -9, -8, -7. So they split it up. By the way, can we say how funny it is that Papyrus calls positive numbers motivations? And because, like, it's the opposite of being negative. What a sweetheart. We love Papyrus. So they spit him out? Well, if eating makes the food go away, perhaps negative eating is cooking? True, I guess, because you're making something and then you subtract it. After all, making food and eating food adds up to nothing. Not in my brother's case. Eating any food seems to generate hamburger wrappers and peanut shells. Papyrus is just literally like owning Sans today. Okay, so for it to be the opposite of eating, negative eating is cooking. That also deletes trash. Maybe the trash is the thing getting cooked. That'd use it up. Cooking? Disgusting garbage. It's just like when my brother makes food. So following this form, the -7, is Papyrus who had Sans, -9, cook for him? What, I'm the villain? No, Papyrus. Maybe you seem like an enemy, but you're actually a good guy. Why would I ever be an enemy? This is a very weird potluck. Oh, it's a potluck? By the by, does anyone else have the 9th serving of escargot, or want a 9th serving of escargot served in the shape of 9? Does anyone want a first serving of vegetarian stargazing pie? Please, that sounds lovely. Please don't eat the spaghetti, it's still congealing. Seems normal to me, so it's a normal spaghetti to Sans. So cool seeing like all of them together. It's so sweet. Very, very sweet. I love that like in these newsletters you still get so many great character moments for these like almost like a filler episode, but in the best way possible, because I actually really like filler episodes sometimes, because like you get to like have a connection, with the characters beyond just the main story stuff. Oh, a kitchen set. It has nothing to do with the number 9, but this year Fangamer put out a special line of kitchen-related products. They made a special video to promote it. You can use it every day. I would say, like, yeah, I'll definitely put the video in the description below here. The spaghetti as well. Is that a Toriel oven mitt? I think it is a Toriel oven mitt. Holy hell. And like a apron. That spaghetti is gigantic. The pasta? Like, what the hell? What do you... That is ginormous. It's so thick. We make it a pie as well. Man, it's an oven mitt. Oh, okay. Great trailer. God, that looks so good. Are you kidding me? Oh, look at the plate. It's like one of those reward plates that you'd sometimes have for kids and stuff. Like, see the picture at the end. Is that a mug? That was awesome. Oh my god, all the stuff. I want the mug for sure. I wonder if I can get the mug. The plates are really cool too. I actually might get the plate and the mug if I can. Depends on the price. Wait, what? Oh, they're like salt shakers. Very, very cool. Okay, very cool. Item explanation. Undertale kitchen collection. Very cool. Yeah, I'd love the mug and the papyrus plate for sure. I asked for this. You can get your own weird yet cute Toriel to use as an oven mitt. She's a bit flat, but apparently stuffing her snout with more fluff would have increased her flammability. Feel free to use her as a puppet. Actually, that might be her best use. Seriously, we looked at another company's character's head as an oven mitt product, and it actually isn't legal in oven mitt, so you know, it might be too flammable, so it's not legally an oven mitt. The dog absorbs your beverages. Oh my god. Temmie. That's right, fill the mug with milk or another opaque liquid and drink it and reveal the dog sitting inside. This was another request from me. I had a similar cup as a child, and it was some sort of creature at the bottom, and you wouldn't get to see it until you drunk almost everything, so it is like a reward. Try serving hot chocolate or something to people that have never seen it before, or use the hidden dog as a motivator to get someone to drink some terrible medicine. Since it's not clear if the dog has any concept of good and evil, it is unaware of the effects caused when it is used in this way. I love the way Toby writes. Alternatively, you could fill it with one of those chocolate cakes that is supposed to look like dirt and excavate the dog with small spoons. Then you can bury it again. It's actually a very cool concept. It's like, yeah, it's like a reward thing, but I just wanted to like maybe put some tea in there. To be honest, that's why I do put some breakfast tea in there. The plate's awesome. Spaghetti finally aged in a oaken cask. Oh no, that's how you cook it. They cooked by me, Master Chef Papyrus. With this plate, you can imagine the customer at the exclusive Papyrus collaboration cafe. I'm not sure if the food would actually taste good. Or see-through cup. Certain parts are transparent, so different liquids his eye turn color. As a result, if you make anything other than blue lemonade, he's basically going to turn to an AU version of Sans. Please be responsible. So like orange would look fantastic in there. I don't know what the blue liquid is, I suppose. It's a perfect dish to make your favorite dessert. It looks really cool too. Reader, you know what I'm talking about. Butterscotch pie. It would be so delicious. Won't you make some for us? I actually wouldn't mind trying. What a cute apron. It's so easy to see what's appealing about it. What did you say, reader? Guess I should have expected that from a lower tier subscriber. And coming later? A lower tier subscriber? So, okay, I think what's happening here is I should maybe read it from my email again then, because like what I am seeing here, I'm actually like the highest tier where I get everything, but maybe it's a joke, but I'm not reading it from my email this time because I found a site that's actually like so easy for me to record as well, and it's all there, and it's really easy to switch back and forth between things really, really simply without having to go back into different sites all in the same site. So maybe we'll go back to the email after this. And coming later is the salt and pepper shakers, which are freaking deadly. Sans Papyrus salt and pepper shakers. They will be available in 2025. The idea is that it's suggested by Everdread. Naming wise, it's kind of perfect. Anyway, you might have already have salt and pepper shakers. So how about using them for other types of powders? For example, like ketchup, chip flavoring powder for some Canadian factory, or powdered milk or bone meal. The list of great ideas goes on. I like these a lot. They're really cool. Oh, here's a Deltarune progress update. Last time I explained everything I left required to release Chapter 3 and 4. If you missed it, the information is here. By the way, regarding testing Chapter 1 and 2, with the new Game Maker function, we are waiting on the Game Maker team to help us out with some issues we've been having. It will take a little longer. But when things are ready, we'll let everyone know the official Undertale Twitter. It's only been a month. I am writing this September 3rd, but let's quickly review what has been done in that time. So it's Chapter 3. As mentioned before, Chapter 3's main content was completed a while ago. Chapter 3's Japanese translation is currently in the checking phase. 8 to 4 localization company is going through the game carefully to determine that all the lines display correctly in Japanese. This process should be completed in the beginning of October. We are hoping to begin professional testing on the PC version mid-October. Great. Chapter 4, oh, there's the well. We met our internal deadline to complete the Chapters 3 and 4's main content, which was September 1st. Great. Fantastic. They hired a producer, which I think, was actually a very good move in the end, to meet more deadlines without actually being... They don't put pressure on them, I believe, but it's actually a really good idea to meet some deadlines. With that, Chapter 4's PC version is essentially complete, minus some bug fixes and the Japanese localization. A preliminary pass of Chapter 4 translation is now being worked on. I expect this first pass will be finished at the time we send out the next newsletter. After that, it will come additional passes and checking like Chapter 3 is undergoing now. By the way, some more people were able to play Chapter 4. I've seen people play it about 6 times now. Everyone liked it. Watching it now, it feels really complete. That's awesome. And by the way, these little updates we get about these chapters and stuff, I guess, really, for me personally, make it feel like the game isn't so far away. Because even though it is a bit far away, there's this feeling of all these updates are keeping the game alive for me. Every time I read these. Chapter 5. Anyone not working on localization, console porting, or fixes is now working on Chapter 5. This will be the main focus for us moving forward. I'm really excited to see this chapter get made. Fantastic. Overall, regarding Chapter 3 and 4's development, I have personally completed look at this little drawing down here with a cup. Everything I can actually do for now. All I can do now is wait for localization and testing. Getting to this point and having to wait, it feels like I'm strapped to a chair with delicious food just out of my reach. Perfect description. But they exist. Chapter 3 and 4 are real now. It's just a matter of time. Honestly, great news. Great news. They're real. Deltarune, Chapter 2 concept art and unused music. So, although it's technically Undertale's anniversary, I consider this day to be a celebration of Deltarune as well. Sorry, guys. You have to share a birthday party this year. Since it's been a while since Chapter 2 was released, please allow me to share some materials from its development. I hope you enjoy it. So, there's some concept art and some unused music. We'll do that at the end then, and we'll go if that's what we're going to be doing. Thank you very much for still reading these letters. These letters are still happy to be read. Are you reading them? Here's a letter. It's not this letter, but you can still read it. But did it make you happy to read? See you this year and next year. Bye bye. What's the letter? My best friend's favorite number is 9. It's because there isn't a number that's higher. 999999999. If everything gets high enough, you become invincible. Nothing can hurt you anymore. Nothing can hurt anyone. But isn't it scary to think that there's a highest number? That if you made 99 good memories, you couldn't hold any more? So I don't like to keep count of the flowers you pick, or the times they laugh, or how many scary faces they make. I just hope we'll be friends for 999 more years. It's so pretty. It's so beautiful. So beautiful. So let's go with the concept art first. Beautiful drawing at Temmie here doing all the concept art. So we have mouse, little cat. Most NPCs' mask will be electric shock coming to the out of the wall socket. So it's like little sockets. One is handsome, possibly NPC or has a spear. One is handsome, by the way, a handsome socket. Pulls self out of socket grotesquely. Light switch bird, glows depending on if light is on or off. Appears in the background. Boring design could maybe be an NPC. That's a really interesting way of putting it. It's like, hey, this design isn't too good. Maybe it could be an NPC. Plug guide, this design sucks. What kind of animal wants it? Could be plug themed. Because it's sticking into all the sockets. Plugicore, like a manticore, but plug, its face is a shock. He can't see something, he just uses his satellites to watch TV, his brain, all the time. This is one of the first images I drew while brainstorming concepts for the chapter. From the beginning I knew I wanted to have enemies with electro sockets for faces. This idea is so good that the new Mario and Luigi game is also doing it. These are just sketches and are not real designs, so none of them get used. I really like the plug guy drawing. I think they're actually really fun. They're really fun. Look at all these as well, it's like Mad Mailer. Yeah. These ideas precede Vera Verkin, Spamton, and Mouse. Ultimately, they were not used because their existence conflicted with those characters. Seems like Mad Mailer's tie would have been a pre-Ensale. Not sure what the top thing is supposed to be. A Kirby enemy? Possibly. Yeah, possibly, actually. So we have a fan. Repels flame attacks, by the way. Iridescent. Alt is having hands with this fan. Loves peace and quiet, but is really noisy. That's again, that's how you do a character, right? Like, they love one thing, but they say the opposite, Oh, look at this. It's like, rules, right? A flying enemy character inspired by a computer fan. Kind of cramped here, but pick what you like. This character was created for chapters 1. A character is merely a placeholder concept and is not intended to be an actual character. It's just an example of how we could use it to shop visual real estate to have a cool character. This ended up being used for rules in chapter 1. Kind of graduated, but pick what you like. That's really neat. Maybe even the shopkeeper could be seen as some sort of cyber robot. I never designed his body or taught anything past this. Oh my god, the queen designs. Look at all these sketches. It took me very long to figure out the queen's design. I wanted her to be intimidating and cool. Inspiration including Hexadecimal from Reboot, the alien queen from Alien, Power Rangers bad guys. Very much Power Rangers bad guys. I wanted her head shape to be so unique that wouldn't overlap with those things and existing characters too much, but it was difficult, yeah. I can definitely see Power Rangers bad guy for sure. Anything but referring to that way I should like. There's a pathfinding error involving the part that makes me care. Oh, the different quotes. My fashion sense increases in proportion to my power. I'm everybody's ex-wife is a great line. I've become a total 100% cyber. This is so neat. After I began writing her dialogue, it shifted to be more humorous character. I decided to reflect her just in her design. I find that as well, because like I draw like comics and stuff. I find that like, I'm not nearly as talented as Toby Fox, but like, one of the things I really like is that like when you have a character, you're not sure who they are, and you start writing dialogue for them, and it's like, oh, they're actually this person. And characters change all the time through dialogue, you know? And I think it's what's happened here. Realizing simple might be best. That's the silhouette. There's the size comparisons. Initially, I was trying to draw a sprite with her head facing straight on, but it was ultimately lacking in personality. Here are also some last-ditch attempts at a different head shape. I thought a handkerchief, like head shape with a giant hoop earring, would make her seem more like a crazy aunt or crazy mom type character. I still don't dislike it. In the end, simple is best and easy to draw. Yeah, no, like sometimes simpler is more iconic as well, for sure. Enemy designs, nothing fits computer virus better than small imp or devil creatures. So it was like a trial and error. Oh yeah, they're like little devil creatures. And there's a moving car. Cars can run at you, obviously, fires either light beams or from its headlights, so you have to stay within. Excuse me. The bullets could... it's been like 2 weeks of this cough. I'm worried. Personally, he loves to go fast. His eyes just here to see the camera. It's probably just like, you know, a lingering cough. Don't worry, I'm not actually worried. Originally, the cars would have been fightable, but I think the poses, by the way, the car with legs is inspired by default 3D model from Mario artist Polygon Studio. So they would have been able to be, like, in battle. Then we have this cat here. Tusk. Overloaded, tail turns into an hourglass, which is actually a nice, cool concept. Don't know what Task looks like. The task manager, but you should be able to put them in a Siegfried and Roy outfit, possibly some kind of mask. Can command them to do various things like standing on hind legs and beg or tackle / roar. When they change poses, they do a head wobble. Originally, Task was going to be called Tusk and be a lion, you know, Tusk? It would be controlled by a lion tamer. Task, who eventually became a task manager, is why she has a whip. See, there's a good reason for it. I like detail in their tails being a pointer, which turns into an hourglass when they get overwhelmed. The idea of petting something so much it gets oh, sorry about that. The idea of petting something so much it gets overwhelmed is a childhood memory of mine. We went over to my cousin's house and they had an Aibo robot dog toy. Me and my brothers would pet it all the time. At the same time, my cousin was like, "Stop, you're killing it." What? That's a very like childhood memory, is it? When like another kid's like, "Hey, no, please stop, you're gonna break it." Enter on the face and then they grow. This is kind of weird looking, isn't it? Yeah, this creeps me out so much. Look at this. And all the different like random attack ideas as well. Hurt, flying, spirit attack. Attack 2, like all the concepts of the actual attacks. That's so cool to see as well. Like, look at that. It's very, very neat. We won't read all of it because there is a lot here. But I do love the idea of like, during the attack, 50-50 random chance to do an attack. I love like the idea of like he's thinking of attacks as well as he's creating characters too. Chris ready to throw. Angle changes based on direction thrown. Single animation for jiggling the cord. This is all super, super cool. Very, very neat stuff. Details on how the plug enemy works. Originally, I imagined Queen controlling various characters using plugs, as seen in some very early concept art. However, I ended up restricting this idea to mostly one character. I wasn't sure if wire should attach to the top screen or shrink into the nose. I reused the wireless idea with the wear wire. I'm allowed to be proud of this design, of course. It just creeps me out. A lot. NPCs and existing characters such other sprite design concepts. You see my cousin? Newbert. I'm Newbert. Everyone loves you. That's why I'm the trash. Swatch. Addison. Another day, another deal. Every great day is a great deal. All for the low, low price of 100 Chromer. Look at this. Oh my god. Swatch looks as butt lord. Only one attack. Color determines attack. Maybe sparing also has to do with color. So thinking about this stuff as well. Various muscular bodies, but the BG but cannot you see heads for some reason. Or maybe they're just as big buff swatches. Welcome, young masters, how may I serve you? Aristocrat, Newbert moving up in the world. I do think it suits you. Yeah, I love all the different lines of dialogue here. I must admit I stand leagues and inches above all. Only Newbert remains, yet still above me still. Various NPCs, most of them were directly including in the chapter. As and Design were created in relation to Spamton. So in the end, in the game's various versions, they look even similar than this concept art. Printer was not used, but his sprite and dialogue were created, as well as printer-based song that he could play. So there's like a... That's so creative. It's so creative. Swatch's initial art, that what was going on there. By the way, I'm pretty sure his overworld sprite was based off my concept art instead of Gigi's redrawn version. So that's why it looked a bit off in the cafe. Did I really just draw all the stuff directly without any sketches? Some really, again, oh my god. Later gets dejected and loses armor. That's, again, such a simple idea, isn't it? The idea of losing your armor once you become, like, dejected. It's like a perfect representation of it, like, on the screen as well. Other than just emotions. Yeah. Birdley's an interesting character. A lot of people love him. Some people don't. Chess drew the original concept for Birdley's Dark World outfits, so there it is on the top left. She drew the original sprite too. It's simplified. It's slightly removing the cape. That sad Birdley in the bottom left is so good. It is. It's very good. Sad, mad, possibly head down. Shocked. No! The no is so great. Oh no, look at the jump animations. Or the fall animations, maybe, or the dodge animations. Noelle with Birdley. I love these little concept drawings. It's like a high five. Cool, land on the ground. Hard for me to draw, but remember the cape and the hair will still be up. And that happens, their cape and hair will flutter down and settle when they get up. Ah, look at this as well. Officer Bluck needs 4 turnaround and lie down and pose. Doggo wears sunglasses and his tank tops. It has depression. Even greater dog is here. Just all the dog sprites so that they look like they're in jail like this. They ran out of prison hats and had to wear berets. Berets. There's a Toriel drawing. Everyone's favorite character, Spamton. I love even like, hey, they should glow, you know? I love like seeing these little concept stuff. Splendidland's art. My friend Samuel Thule, aka Splendidland, did this ton of concept art for Chapter 2. Sadly, I couldn't use all of it because many concepts didn't end up aligning with my final version of the game. But designs themselves are super amazing. I'm thankful I got to use any of them. Specifically, I really wanted to use the paint enemy as a mini-boss, since I thought it would be a really fun mechanic. Below were notes on all of them. She also provided ideas on how they thought they could be used. Snooping as usual spotted. Like, look at all these, yeah, these are all really interesting drawings. Like, again, I love the concept of like this. Like, oh, how are they going to be used? What will they do when they're in the game? Like, that's a really cool concept. Welcome, welcome, I live here, you know? Like, that's the type of stuff that like interests me so much, is like, how did they decide that what moves they were going to do and what their animations were going to be? But they like have a lot of the stuff here. Oh, look at that. I was giving a broad theme of Cyberworld and told pretty much just design whatever I wanted, expecting only a handful to actually make it in. I made all of these within a couple of days, just making whatever came to mind. Hacker guy. I don't even know what their name is, wants to discover the secrets of the world and special abilities, though they aren't aware of them. Hacks by randomly smashing keys and even swinging their mouse around the air. Could keep escalating in silly ways. Handsome face. When they stand over a spot, can be hacked into their cursor-shaped heads, turns into a pointing finger. They don't notice the change, so it's up to you, the player, to help them. Such cool drawings, right? And so colorful too and weird. Like, you could see them being in their own show, like the Tamagotchi one. Like, they could all be their own show. Funny egg. Their body contains a virtual pet. Can the fate of this pet be altered? Maybe. Not. Has an essential crisis. The pet dies as their body is battleground. Oh my god. Like, just like a Tamagotchi. Broken image. Their life is in ruins. Recycle bin. Trash fly represents uncollected garbage data. Kiss kiss is just what's going. I love trash fly as well a lot. I love seeing these. They're so cool. Painter would basically be like Adeline, but with a crude mispaint effects, especially the airbrush. Diskette spins in place until talked to. Despite my looks, I'm totally unable to save your progress. Oh man, the colors are beautiful. Some kind of internet thing, I don't know. Data, little icon creatures like this who march forward with the unknown purpose to take part in the festival. A festival. This is so cool. The shadow compared to what it looks like. Pop-up hides underneath the tile and springs upwards, annoyingly touching its forehead. Makes it return underground temporarily a pest. Yeah, like the color palette of the blue and the pink together, it works so well. Oh my god, the messiness of this one here of 17 corrupted data. It does look corrupted, doesn't it? And then there's antivirus, a copper, a doctor. Maybe this is an enemy or you're an outsider. I love the art style. Yeah, look at this. Cyberworld, a rough vision of what the world inside a computer would look like. And Cyber House. Ah! Mass dancers, they participate in the festival. Each color has a different movement pattern and dance style, very rough concept. And there's chess. Concept art of Birdley's armor designed in Dark World by Chess. That Noelle is really cute also. The Birdley drawings here are fantastic. The Noelle is incredible. One of my favorite characters, I'd say. Chess also drew Birdley's original Dark World sprite and provided an option for his Dark World outfit to just be with him as an extra shirt pocket. And there's Temmie. Temmie. Oh my god. Temmie's concept with Queen Chair. You can see a weird old head here as well. There was a good chunk of the most interesting concept art. Perhaps in the future I can show you a messy leftovers art included here. Thanks for looking. I love that they take so many different artworks and use them, because that just shows a collaboration, how collaborative effort this game is and these games are. Like, it's so amazing to me. So here we go with some battle theme music, I guess, as well. So if creating music first can be an unusual way to figure out the identity of a tone or a boss or a scene. However, ideas of characters change. Those initial ideas don't always end up working out. So here are some rejected tracks from the second chapter. And here we have the unused music, which is creating music can first be a useful way to figure out the identity and tone of a boss or scene. However, ideas and characters change, and those initial ideas don't always end up working out. So here are some rejected tracks from the second chapter. So here's Power of Neo Unfinished, and it's after creating Undertale. One of the great goals for Deltarune was for players to finally be able to challenge the real version of Mettaton Neo. That didn't end in one turn. For that purpose, I actually created a few music mock-ups for an extended version of Power of Neo. There's even one other from 2016. Unfortunately, I can never create a full-length version of the song, and I was satisfied with. Eventually, the boss concept evolved to involve Spamton, and with that, the music changed as well. I still like that the last half of the song. The guitar section was inspired by the Brandish song ending 2. All of it is pretty place-ordered, though. It is still fun to imagine fighting something to this. Though if I was given another opportunity to expend the power of Neo, I'd probably do something different. So let's hear it. Hope you guys can hear this too. If not, I'll up the volume. You should be able to hear it. Hopefully not through the mic. Man, it's crazy how good the music really is. Like in Undertale and Deltarune. Like, and it's like, I don't know, I think we're beyond that point at this stage of like being like, oh, it's like, it's an indie game. It's like, because it's just, whoa. It's so freaking good. It's so freaking good. Again, like, it's so good at, like, again, it's always better in the game as well because the emotions it evokes, right? But it's still nice having it here like this as well. Incredible fight themes as well. Listen to the... Yeah, like, listen to the groundy aspects in the background with, like, the drum and the beat as well. It's going faster, but it is like grounding the song in a lot of ways too. It's just really pretty. Whoa. It's crazy that, like, you know, it's like, it's hard to get, like, satisfied, because obviously there's other things that goes into music other than just, because we're listening to this now, we're like, this is amazing, right? I would put this in the game. But obviously, like, there's a perfectionist aspect when it comes to Deltarune and Undertale that, like, you know, we get to see through all these newsletters. That part is so good. Yeah, it's just like so weird to have like because again from our perspective, right? Maybe because I don't make music. It's so pretty. To not be satisfied with that is insane. But I guess they're talking about full-length version of the song to be satisfied with. Which I think is fully fine to be and understandable, because that's a really pretty song, but I guess, like, you know, coming from the perspective of Toby Fox, it's not satisfactory enough for him. There's also this Power Spanton, older says Power Spanton. Unfinished tracks, the drums are especially a placeholder. Once Spanton's presence in Neo Battle became solidified, I realized the original track wouldn't fit anymore, so I tried to work in some sinister, creepy feelings. The idea became this. The two tracks are nearly identical, but the newer version has different drums and more elements of Spanton's theme in the intro. It's also more unfinished. Okay, let's check it out. So this is the older one. Oh, sorry. There you can hear the vibes in the background, right? Like how it changes things almost instantly. Yeah, like it's very creepy. He was right. He was very right. Yeah, no, it actually adds like a lot to it. Like again, like, you know, there's like again, I always like that in music when there's like a personal like character behind the actual music as well. Almost like a repetitive nature there to that as well, though. I suppose that's like what it feels like when you're fighting some of these characters, like intentionally so, because it's so difficult, you know? It's supposed to feel like a gauntlet sometimes. Yeah, there was like at the end, this character strewn throughout this is really nice. It's just really freaking sick, isn't it? It's just really sick. Even if it's the old one with placeholder drums. And then we have the more unfinished version, but this has more elements. That is like, I guess, you know, different drums, more elements of Spanton's theme. Let's check it out. Maybe my untrained ear is not going to notice a lot. Wait, hold on a second here. No, you know, that's fine. There is a different, like energy to it for sure. Yep, for sure. Look at that. It's just a good track, though, isn't it? You have to find a way to use this, but I suppose like he sees it as like this is that character's, that boss's music or whatever. I suppose. I would desperately find a way to use this somehow. But then again, that's why these games are so good as well. Like, you know, it's like they have to fit the character, right? They have to fit the theme of the character too. Yeah, the drums definitely do change as well. It also gives off like a different feeling from like, I don't know, previous like iterations and boss. Let's pause it for a second. Like boss battle themes as well in a way. Like I don't know. Well, I guess not generally, but like I think what's so different about this as well is like Toby Fox was saying in the note there was like it does feel like there is like that creepiness, you know, and like I said, more sinister and creepy feelings behind that, right? And I think that's what's so special about all the tracks as well, because that's why I'm feeling it, like, you know, because like, you know, when you fight the final boss in Undertale, right, the sadness that comes along with that song as well, like there's also a relief to it too. Like he's very good at this stuff. That's it. Wait, listen to that part again. Hold on. That ending. I just feel like there's always elements that surprise you even towards the end, like in all three of these versions. Was that in this version as well? Because like, let me hear this as well. It was, yeah. So I didn't hear, I guess I just didn't notice it the first time when we were coming towards the end of the song, because maybe I was looking at the time a bit, but yeah, this part here. But it's more pronounced in the newer, well, I guess it would be, wouldn't it? Yeah, it's definitely more pronounced in the newer, of course it would be. Of course it would be, yeah. That's really cool. It's really cool to see as well. And then we have Spamton Battle Forgotten. Apparently this was the first concert that came up for Spamton's battle theme. To be honest, I have absolutely no memory of this when I found it in my files. I was quite surprised. That's always really interesting. I found a character, again, I'm not trying to compare myself. I try to just look at my own stuff with my comic. Well, I found a character design yesterday. I'll probably share it like somewhere. And I was like, who is this? I'm like, what is this? By the way, originally I was planning to have Spamton's intro song, Hey Every, also be a shop team. It was planned that it would be slowly dropping the pitch the longer you stayed in the shop until it was unrecognizable, but that ultimately did not match the tone of the dialogue, so I ended up using a dial tone for it. Okay. So this is the Forgotten battle theme. The crunchiness of it. It feels rather weird, doesn't it? It's still very creepy. It's a very creepy theme. And it stopped in the middle as well. Oh my, no, it's so weird, isn't it? It's so weird. The dial tone is terrifying. Yeah, it is terrifying. Absolutely terrifying. The next one is Giga Old Queen. And it's the song that plays when the Giga Queen first appears is actually a slowed down version of the original battle song I created for her. Though the instruments are a placeholder, I actually think the song isn't half bad. Just, it didn't really sound much like the boxing match after I created the Trash Machine power-up sequence before and decided to instead make a song based on that. Let's check it out. So it is like, yeah, it's like you said, that this, yeah. It isn't half bad at all. Like, the idea of calling it not half bad, it's actually like a song that you would see in another game, but like, it's... And this is a slowed down version, which is always crazy, because there's so much, like, movement and energy in, like, Toby Fox music. It's good. It's really good. Yeah, I like it a lot. I do like it a lot. That's so sick. It's so sick, isn't it? I like the idea of like bringing it up as well. Like it didn't sound much like a boxing match, so I get that too. Yeah, it's very elegant though. It's like a very elegant song that has like a lot of energy to it as well. There's Castletown Unfinished, which is originally I wanted the Castletown to sound very upbeat, but something about it reminded me of like that one Gaoti song. The melody in the initial parts ended up being too repetitive. This really like the song sounds in 45, but it's unfinished past 127. So let's take a look at about 45 and 127. That's a very memorable track, isn't it? Like this is a track you played something on the PlayStation 1, you're like, yeah, this is my type of game. You know? But you remember that game we played on the PlayStation 1? That game when we went to the castle? Yeah, it's so good. It's so good. All these songs are really, really, really sick. Yeah, it's so good. 45 seconds in. It's super sweet, right? I mean, I'm interested to see what the 127 aspect is then. Here. So completely unfinished past this point is what he's saying. I suppose it's bare, but like it's still a nice track to listen to. But yeah, it's still nice. Like, you wouldn't even notice. Because it still sounds super good. Yeah, no, it sounds good. Like I wouldn't even, again, to me, I wouldn't even notice the unfinished aspects of it. It is a bit bare, but like I feel like again, you would not notice that in a game. But like again, that is a very Toby Fox thing to have as well. And the next one is Rules Battle. Actually, I showed this one before, but the truth is that I made it for chapter 2, not chapter 1. The song was too serious though, so I had to make a goofier theme later. So this is a serious version. Yeah, kind of like a Street Fighter theme, right? It feels that way. It's very Street Fighter-esque. But there's like very sad instrumentals there as well. I guess if you wanted to make it a bit goofier, it's not going to work like this. It's beautiful. It's really pretty though. Like, it's like one of those things like, okay, I can still get behind this. You know what I mean? Still get behind this, no problem. And that's so pretty, even though, like, again, I get you want a song that's goofier. I'm blown away. It's gorgeous. You know, it's really pretty. Like I get the idea of like wanting the theme to fit more. But to me, I would have added that to my game as well. But then again, I'm not Toby Fox, so the Queen Battle original. Well, actually, we can like play it while we're listening. Like, we should have done that along. I think it's my favorite. No, that's not right. I'm kind of concentrate. I was like, oh, that'd be kind of cool. I think it's one of my favorite unfinished tracks. At least it's the one I listened to the most when I was working on the game. Back when the Queen looked more intimidating, I wanted to use this as her boss theme. Personally, I still really like it. So it's when she was more intimidating. Okay, and even I wanted to try use it for Birdley's battle instead. but the issue was that it just didn't match either of the theme melodies I had created for those characters. Bizarrely, I seem to have made this after already making her theme song, as an early version of her theme song inside of the project file. 130 onwards piano only, totally unfinished. Okay, so he didn't include the unfinished parts, I guess. So this is when the Queen was more intimidating and scary. It's been so long since I've played Deltarune, it's been years, that I'm kind of like, you know, I'm kind of like, I can't compare, but like I can only listen to them now in the moment again. Because you guys probably live within these games and these worlds. Not in a bad way, like you probably just like love these games so much like that, because like, the way I see it is like, pause it for a second, the way I see it is like, I love them a lot, like I love them so much. But like obviously like for me, you guys know that I don't really like live inside of fandoms as much as I would, you know, as other people would, and that's just how different people enjoy games. But some people like live inside these fandoms. But then I guess like in a way like it's not about living inside a fandom, because like if you're talking about like some games, like if you came to me with like Tekken or something like that, I could describe everything to you. But to me, like I like to keep like a lot of stuff for the channel. If I'm doing something with Undertale, I like to have it on the channel. You know what I mean? It's like that with a lot of games. Like Zelda is like a channel exclusive at this stage. Same with like stuff like Danganronpa stuff. Like I'm only ever going to play Danganronpa stuff on the channel. And like if I'm watching like a trailer, it'll be with you guys too. Yeah, I can get the idea of like it being more intimidating, I guess. It's like almost like a dark kind of like Dracula theme almost, right? Like you're entered into a haunted mansion, I suppose, that kind of way. Which I guess makes sense. Oh, like I didn't even notice that, like, because I was listening to the music, not actually looking at it. But when you play the song, it like, the piano starts playing. That's pretty cool. So, thank you guys so much for watching this video. My conclusion on this myself is that like, it's really happy to read this. This was a long one. This is for sure a long one. But I feel like that's because it's the anniversary one as well. We will be back with the next one. I'm sorry I was so late with this. I'm excited for anything else Undertale and Deltarune. This makes it feel like the wait is not as bad. Like I said, like I don't mean to make it seem like I'm not as into the game as other people, but I would say that like a lot of my fan base are like more involved in Undertale than I am, because everything I do with Undertale and Deltarune I like to do it on the channel. Same with like Zelda, same with Danganronpa, same with Genshin. Like I like to do it on the channel with you guys. So let's say thank you to the Never Gonna Pay Baby Gangster on Patreon, Typhar2, Jamie Bull, Jana the Banana, The Ghost of Inazuma, Felicious Felix, Ewald, Radish, Anusa Shibata Bread, Malcolm Day, Jeff Trap, and Links Markey, and I'll see you all so soon. Bye bye.